What's going on, A Plusers? It's your boy Adam Perez back once again with another video this week. As we're going to get into your live viewer questions and finish these off from this past Sunday. If I'm low energy, it's been a long day, man. I've been struggling to get my laptop up for like the past hour, get my camera working for the past hour. I'm almost like so out of it and low energy. I almost didn't want to even do these, but it now is finally working. So I'm just gonna knock this out for you guys and have this up for you guys Tuesday morning. Adam Perea, how excited are you that we now have confirmed months for not only MMPR 30th anniversary special coming in April and now Cosmic Fury in August or September to celebrate the 30th birthday of Power Rangers. Right now, it hasn't been officially announced if Cosmic Fury will truly be only 20-minute episodes, since we know Simon likes to hide very specific details. So who really knows if Simon himself was just teasing us with the 10 episodes of Cosmic Fury only being 20 minutes long. And of course, I would love for both 30th anniversary special and Cosmic Fury to be connected. Do you think the 30th anniversary special get a brand new morph sequence for the MMPR team, or perhaps similar to the original morphs? I think it's probably going to be similar to the original morphs, just maybe upgraded graphics. I'm still expecting it to be 20-minute episodes just based off of what Simon said briefly. It seems like it's just kind of business as usual, just 10 episodes, but it could be a surprise. You never know. Carter Matthews, what are some of your favorite movies? And when you watch behind the scenes videos of them, how do you feel when you see how those movies come together? Especially when you see the actors, like, for example, in a town, especially in the dark, where all the buildings around them are either on a real location or a Universal Studio backlot. For me, when I watch behind the scenes video of Back to the Future, it blows my mind that the town hall of Hill Valley was really shot at Universal Studios, including the iconic clock tower. It's not my favorite movies, but the prequels for Star Wars, I thought they had some of the best behind the scenes sort of featurettes in regards to seeing how George Lucas and them did episodes 1 through 3. And there's nothing like seeing Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, um, um, damn, what was his name now? Ray Park, um, and even their like lightsaber trainer go through lightsaber sessions and stuff, and just seeing just the scale of the studios, how much blue and green screen they were certainly using. Pretty amazing behind the scenes video, honestly. Yeah, the Back to the Future stuff was pretty cool. Pretty cool also. Um, even I would say probably the newest, the Batman movie that we wind up getting. I wind up seeing a behind the scenes featurette that they filmed some of that in um on a sound stage, the volume that they're currently using. And it blew my mind because I there were plenty of scenes that I thought were set on real locations, only to come to find out that they were actually using technology for those locations. It's pretty crazy. Jackson Peterson, I might be the only one, but I still love the 2017 Power Rangers movie. I mean, I don't think you're the only one. I think a lot of people really enjoyed it. We just felt it was underwhelming. It always gave me the Breakfast Club vibes, in at least in regards to the Power Ranger aspect. A group of teens meet in detention and find themselves in a situation where they are thrusted into becoming Power Rangers. To me, I felt like it was the opposite of the MMPR TV series, but mature. Also, there was a combination of MMPR and Dino Thunder, since Dino Thunder, the three Rangers became the team after getting in trouble. Still really wish we had gotten a sequel. Yeah, me too. There was so much amazing potential to be unlocked. The cast were incredible. Highlights of the film: wish the Zords and Putties were designed better, including Goldar with an actual voice played by the original actor or similar. This movie is incredibly underappreciated by Power Ranger fans and hated by the general public just because it didn't feature the original team, minus the brief cameo by Amy Jo Johnson and JDF. I still get annoyed when I read online that the MMPR cast not in the movie was what made the movie a failure, which I still think is still a sorry reason to hate it with a passion. I got to be honest, Jackson. I don't really know who you're talking with, man, or who like what Power Ranger fans you're hanging out with. I feel like, at least in the circles that I've always hung out with over on Twitter and even in Facebook, I feel like majority of people really enjoyed the film. but were maybe underwhelmed by the final act of the film in regards to the Power Ranger aspect. I think you make some good points with the designs of the putties and the Zors. Those certainly could have been better. But I think majority of people that went and saw the movie probably enjoyed it more than they thought that they certainly were. But maybe felt that it probably could have been improved upon. I don't really know anybody that hates that movie like with a passion. So I don't know who you're hanging out with, Jackson, but we need to get you around some more positive people, man. But yeah, I think people appreciated. At least I always felt that people appreciated the Power Ranger film in 2017. If I'm wrong, guys, let me know. Jericho, my God, this is so long, dude. So I was bored at work a couple days ago before Thanksgiving, so I thought I'd write my own take on Zoosier was adapted. This would be a season about veteran Rangers, except man, we got to bring these in tighter, guys. We got to bring these in tighter. This would be a season about veteran Rangers, except for one who was the daughter of a veteran Ranger. If this is really bad, I apologize. I never actually watched Zoosier. The story, Alyssa Enril was the last of the Wild Force Rangers, protecting them in the Merriam years after Wild Force ended and managed to reunite briefly with Princess Shayla. One day it was attacked and all the Wild Zords, including Princess Shayla, were destroyed. Therefore, the Wild Force powers were gone forever. Alyssa teams up with Grid Battle Force to create new Zords and Morphers. She then goes out and recruits veteran Rangers. She recruits Dustin Brooks to be the Yellow Lion Ranger of her team, then goes to Maddie Rojas and recruits her as the Blue Shark Ranger. Her next stop, she travels to Dino Charge Dimensions to get Riley Griffin, and he becomes the Green Shark Ranger. Alyssa takes the remaining White Power Ranger powers for herself. She later only has to recruit one more member, and she knows exactly what she wants. Her idol growing up, Trini. She looks up to where find. She looks up where to find Trini, only to learn she's passed away. Alyssa learned that Trini had a daughter named Rachel. Rachel had a strong history with athletics. Alyssa decides to go to Rachel and give her a chance to follow her mother's footsteps as a Power Ranger. So, Rachel becomes the first official full-time Red Ranger. The Rangers fight against many monsters sent by the mystery entity who attacked the Animarium. One day, a man shows us up to help. Rachel instantly recognizes him from a photo she saw of her mom and her friends from high school. She realizes it's the one and only Billy Cranston, the original Blue Ranger. In the fight, Billy gets hit by the enemy. Uh, Alyssa tells him that there is no more Savage Surge Morpher, but that it was untested. Billy insists on taking the morpher that Tommy had, the hybrid morpher, allowing him to morph into any past ranger. But with a catch, every time he would morph to a past sixth ranger, his energy would take a hit where he would revert back to his human form and cannot morph again for a few minutes. Though this problem would be fixed later on when he learned that Billy was the one who created the Master Morpher back in Dimension in Danger. This tells us that he was actively been creating morphers since those times. He's been absent during Zeo. We would get a backstory of his life since Zeo and moving to Aquitar. Very nice, Jericho. Thank you, sir. I don't know who this is. I'm not sure if you've asked us about this before, but what did you think of the Marvel film Black Panther and how did it compare to other MCU movies? Have you seen the second film? I definitely enjoyed Black Panther. I don't know if I would have put it as a best film nominee. There were other films I really enjoyed more that year. I was actually kind of surprised that it made um, um, a nomination. So much so, like I think if the first Black Panther deserves a nomination, Wakanda Forever definitely deserves a nomination. I think it's the better of the two films, honestly. Um, but overall, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was monumental. Thought it was really powerful. Love seeing Chadwick, man, as Black Panther, such an incredibly cool character. Killmonger was unbelievable by Michael B. Jordan. Um, and yeah, I just thought it was a really great story. And yeah, I have seen the second film. Really big fan. Morgan Hutchinson, what did you think of the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off and what impact did it bring to the movie industry and pop culture in general? Any favorite scenes you still enjoy when watching the movie? I mean, probably the classics, him running through the different backyards. I love him singing at the parade and the big dance montage that they have there. Um, I really enjoyed seeing I can't remember. I think they were trying to reverse the miles on the car, so they had perched the car on like a treadmill or something like that, and we're trying to take the wheels back, if I'm not mistaken, to so it doesn't look like they had put so many miles in the odometer, and when it falls off of the um, it falls off the track and comes crashing through the window and just crashing down below. Just brutal stuff. I even really appreciated Ferris Bueller's um, what he put together in regards to like people opening the doors and responding to people even though he wasn't necessarily there, right? Very creative stuff, man. Very creative stuff. But always a great movie. As far as the impact, I mean, look, it definitely affected pop culture. I don't know how it changed movies going forward, besides adding to, the famous John Hughes and all those coming of age films. I think it's definitely there in regards to those amazing coming of age films that we grew up in the 80s. Jack Daniels, not sure if you were asked this before, but what do you think of the Final Destination movie franchise? What were some of your favorite moments? And when you saw the fifth final installment, did you ever expect it to actually be a prequel for the first movie? I stopped after the second one. I thought that was cool, but it was quickly a trope and a theme that just really played itself out for me. I mean, some gnarly deaths. I think, if people went back to saw it, it definitely was. I don't think it was for the story, but maybe to see how gnarly they can make some of these deaths in the movie. I just remember the roller coaster, honestly. And I'm a big roller coaster fan too, but I do remember the roller coaster scene. But a solid franchise enough to make 5 films, if not more, for all I know. But the first one was the best, if you ask me, and I think I only checked out the second one and then fell off after that. Alexander Rosario, since we got the set photos of the MMPR cast as well as the big group a photo of both MMPR and Cosmic Fury cast together at a bowling alley hanging out. Do you think there's a chance we might see both teams on screen together, or could this just apply to David Yost popping up at Cosmic Fury itself? Even though the MMPR reunion special was filmed a month before the Cosmic Fury cast even got to New Zealand, it'd be really amazing to see both casts on screen together. If not, who says we can't still see them both teams standing next to each other in their Ranger suits on screen and just hear the actors' voiceovers? We could see split screen footage of both casts doing their morphing sequences. Do I think we're going to see both teams? I personally don't, but I think it would be really cool, Alexander. So I hope you're right in regards to this, but I don't expect them to be on screen together, with the exception of David Yost. And again, I don't know why. I just got this feeling Min might pop up somewhere in Cosmic Fury with Billy. So if I am expecting anybody to pop up from the reunion special in the Cosmic Fury, definitely David. We'll see about Charlie, though. Jessica Fryman, is there word on the 5th season of Young Justice? I don't believe so yet. And would you like to see a special Power Rangers tribute episode dedicated to the memory of JDF? I don't know if I need an entire tribute episode dedicated to the memory. I mean, look, I'll take it if they wanted to go ahead and create that, but it's not on my expectations right now. I mean, I think they are certainly giving us enough for the 30th anniversary. They have put out their own tribute already, their own tribute video already to JDF. So I'd be perfectly okay if we just stuck with that and then maybe put like a in remembrance or in tribute to Jason David Frank at the end of like the MMPR special or even Cosmic Fury or both. You know what I mean? But I don't think we're gonna get an episode dedicated to him. Adrian Perez, what do you think of Hasbro selling their TV and film unit in order for them to keep moving forward with the future? Do you think this move will affect Jonathan Entwistle's Power Rangers reboot, or is it secure like Hasbro's other live action adaptation properties? Well, I know some fans are very excited for the Hasbro reboot universe to get here. They need to keep in mind that it is a very huge risk, because if the reboot doesn't do well, it doesn't take off, That may be it for Power Rangers brand for a while if Hasbro no longer wants to continue the tradition of Power Rangers series after Cosmic Fury by creating all new suits. Action sequences will still use Zord footage from Sentai series. So I haven't really heard too much about it, with the exception of I think the article that I did read, I think it clarified very much so that Hasbro still has its attention set on the other brands that they have that are part of their blueprints, which still included Power Rangers. I'd have to try and find the article again, but I felt like this was like a week or two ago, and I missed the opportunity to certainly talk about it. But I don't think so. I don't think it's going to affect Jonathan Entwistle. But again, I haven't really done my full research in regards to it. But the article that I remember reading did state Power Rangers along with a couple of other properties that Hasbro was still focused on despite selling their TV and film unit. Which is a little bit of a bummer if you ask me, just because and again, I this is me not really knowing fully um what's going on here. I'll have to read the article in full, but it's just Brian Goldner, I think, was really adamant about making that deal for E1, and pushing their stuff into the entertainment market. He was their entertainment guru, if you will, had great relationships with studios and people and things like that. So, as a part of me that does feel like it's a little bit ass backwards. I think it was a really great opportunity for Hasbro, but things change, unfortunately, especially with new management. Most talented man alive. What is your personal theory about the Phantom Ranger? I really don't personally have one. For me, just the name Phantom Ranger screams huge mystery. It's mysterious secret, and there's really no need for an actual backstory on who he really is. Though I am glad Boom Studio Comics have been given more depth into the character, so I'm completely fine that we've never got anything revealed for the Phantom Ranger in the actual TV series. I personally never felt that he would have been Billy, since the voice is obviously from David Hosts, and the somewhat flirting that Phantom Ranger and Cassie had in Turbo, which I don't recall if Cassie still had a crush on him when the show transitioned into Power Rangers in Space. I never really had a personal theory because I was pretty cool with the idea of the Phantom Ranger being shrouded in mystery. It wasn't really until fans told me about the theory that people thought it was Billy that I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That would have been pretty neat to see. But yeah, I don't really have my own personal one. And last but not least, Carlo. This past week was very shocking news. The news came out that JDF had passed away. I still can't believe it. I remember the Dino Thunder episode Fighting Spirit, where Tommy was in a coma after trying to reverse his invisibility powers using his Dino Gem and having to fight against his past Ranger colors to survive. Since the news, it still feels unbelievable. I still love the line in Dino Thunder episode that hit me when his past ranger form said, "Your will to live is stronger than any ranger power." This episode embodied his current livelihood, the legacy it left behind, the legacy it left being the cornerstone of an entire children's franchise, plus the love and adoration for all his fans. So sad JDF decided he can only find peace in a world he felt he could no longer exist in. Rest in peace, JDF. Your legacy will live on forever, and thank you for inspiring so many people. Yeah, man, truly, truly an inspiration to so many. Today, I believe, this is Monday evening. They laid him to rest. I think they even did like a Facebook Live of it on his fan page. I unfortunately did not watch it. I was just at work and I was just way too busy today. But our Facebook manager Reggie, he wanted some of us to say some final words today. So I did go ahead and give my brief thoughts on Tommy, or Jason David Frank. I said, with Jason David Frank being laid to rest today, I just wanted to say some final words. We've been attributing him all week since the news dropped of his passing, and I still feel the gaping hole he has left behind for all of us. From his friends and family and fans, he will be sorely missed. he did so much for the fan community, especially um, always encouraging and motivating, and truly cared. Truly carried a franchise on his back for so many years. At times, we may have taken him for granted with how long he had been around and how active he was all the time. But more than ever, I would give anything to have his energy and presence back in this world. Thank you, JDF, for the impact you have had on so many lives and all you've done for us in your life. Once a Ranger, always a Ranger. Um, so, yeah, man, just unfortunate. But you know what, Carlo? I think that's a great episode. I think it's a great episode that you pointed out. And I think maybe that's something that as Ranger fans, we should all go back and revisit, as a great tribute to his legacy, especially from that. And, there's just times I try and, while I remember JDF very much as a Power Ranger, you try and speak of him as the man that he was also, and just the embodiment of encouragement and lifting people up. And, it's funny. I think when he passed away, I don't remember who posted it. It was like this encouraging message that JDF had recorded. I don't know when he recorded it, but somebody said like he had recorded this like just a couple days ago, and he was trying to get people like to believe in you, like you're your own worst obstacle, like over helping people overcome certain things and pursuing the dreams that they certainly have for themselves, And it's just always fascinating to see somebody be able to be that positive for others and to be that encouraging, when still personally struggling with their own demons and issues. And again, that's one of the reasons why we're not perfect human beings. But for the time that we are on this earth, we got to do great things with it. And JDF definitely did that. Jason David Frank was a man of his word, and left smiles and left people in better places than where they were beforehand. Like I even watched the Jason Fount tribute, and I remember he talked about being really great friends with Jason David Frank and meeting him on the set of Power Rangers. And he said he was amazed that JDF just brought him under his wing. That Jason wanted to hang out with him or like invite him places and be like, no, come on, I got you. Um, and he was like, why are you doing this stuff for me? And he's just like, I like you, man. Like you're just cool peoples, JDF knew who he liked, knew the type of soul and spirit I think that people had. And I think the idea of him just taking people under his wing and just being like, come on, like let's go on this adventure sort of thing. And just to kind of see Jason Fount grow, I'm sure, as a human, with some advice that JDF, I think he even referred to him as like his life coach sort of thing. You know what I mean? So it's just, yeah, it puts a smile on my face thinking of Jason David Frank in that way, and realizing just how many people he truly impacted, not just as a Power Ranger, but just as a man also, and the love that he had for his fans and his commitment to everybody. Um, he gave a lot of himself to us, a lot of himself to us. And that should definitely always be recognized, So rest in peace, JDF, for sure. Rest in peace, my guy. But that will do it for our live viewer questions today, guys. So thank you very much. I'm sorry I was so low energy, or if I was rude or disrespectful or just boring today. It was just one of those days, man. Like I've just really felt like I have not had a lot of time on my plate lately, or things have come up, plans have been made, and it's just has really ruined a lot of stuff that I have gotten accustomed to doing. This stuff is my outlet. And when I don't get the opportunity to do this type of stuff, it just puts me in a bad mood. So, anyway, thank you guys for allowing me to rant. And thank you so much for your continued participation with live viewer questions. And we definitely will be seeing you this upcoming Sunday live at noon Central Time. So until then, guys, do me a big favor. As always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep it A+. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.